is leading the GOP repeal effort, and he joins me now. Welcome to you, Representative King. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
So if in the Democratic-controlled Senate this got there, what would happen with regard to repealing the health law? And the point being that even if it did do something there, you know the president would veto it.
Well, we're exactly on schedule with the strategy that I've worked on from the beginning, clear back last March when I introduced the repeal legislation. And I made the prediction about 2 weeks ago that if there's a vote that can be forced in the Senate, the votes, I believe, will be there to repeal it. And yes, the president would veto it. And so that sequence needs to be pushed all the way through as far as it can. But at the same time, we know that with a majority here in the House, we can shut off all funding through the appropriations process that would be used to implement or enforce Obamacare. And if we do that in every appropriations bill, then it freezes in place the implementation of it, the growth of this tumor, as I've said. And we need to do that, and we can do it all the way through 2011 and 2012 until we elect a president in 2012 who will, I hope, as a first act of his presidency, sign the repeal. It'll be January of 2013, but no money spent to enforce or implement until such time as we elect a president or lose a majority in the House. I suppose that's a possibility, but it won't happen if we answer to the American people, and we must have this vote today.
And so you're willing to go out there and repeal health care to everybody, even with a pre-existing condition, repeal the ability for kids to stay on their parents' health plan until they're 26 years old? Don't you think that would be met with tremendous backlash?
I actually don't think it would be met with tremendous backlash. There are Republicans that support those ideas, and we start tomorrow the process of replacement of Obamacare. It will not work for us to say there's a certain component of Obamacare that has some merit, and so therefore we want to leave that in place and repeal the rest. This is too many pages, it's too cluttered, it's too big an argument to allow it to turn on one or two minor things. And these solutions can be better done with Republican solutions, and some of it within the states, including the pre-existing condition component of this, which we can go in and support the state agendas for the high-risk pools that exist in most of the states today. There are better solutions even for the ideas that Democrats say are good, and they only have about 4 of them that they can point out to in about 2,500 pages. That's not a very good record for a bill of this size.
Do you think you're being somewhat presumptive when you look at the latest poll numbers from the Washington Post and ABC News? These polls show that it's pretty evenly split as to whether or not people support a repeal, a partial repeal, or they just want to wait and see how everything plays out. 33%, 35%, 30%. Seems like you're really gambling.
I'm watching the poll results, all right. I'm looking at the eager faces of 87 new freshman Republicans who were sent here to a man and a woman to repeal Obamacare. I think we'll hear that today in the vote on the floor of the House, and I think we'll see the Democrat participation in that. We have to, though, sustain this. We've won the debate, and the poll was November 2nd. But we have to sustain this all the way across through 2011 and 2012. And so this is an ongoing thing. I would like it if we could shut off this funding and end this argument in the 112th Congress early so that we can turn our focus on jobs and the economy. But we can't recover this economy as long as this cancer of Obamacare is here, oppressively weighing down all the business activity in America.
Republican Congressman Steve King of Iowa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
We have the very latest now as we're going to give you a look at what people are